It's the story of a homeless teenager with a chainsaw for a head, and how it became one of the most talked about anime of the decade. Why do people compare its style to Tarantino and Fincher? Why are demons born from human fear? And why is the most emotional scene just three broken people quietly eating dinner together? Chainsaw Man didn't just arrive, it detonated. In late 2022, MAPPA dropped the adaptation of Tatsuki Fujimoto's cult manga, and overnight, it became the conversation piece of anime culture. It wasn't just popular, it was loud. Every frame, every ending theme, every whisper of its sound design became a meme, a debate, a dissection. But beneath the hype, there was precision. A sense that this wasn't just another shonen. This was something cinematic, because Chainsaw Man doesn't borrow from other anime. It borrows from film. Before Chainsaw Man, there was Fire Punch, a brutal, post-apocalyptic story about cannibalism and survival. It read less like manga and more like a fever dream directed by Lars von Trier. From the start, Fujimoto wasn't thinking in panels, he was thinking in shots. He once said, "I want to draw manga that feels like watching a movie alone at 3 a.m. That's exactly what Chainsaw Man became. Cinematic solitude, inked in chaos. In this world, demons are born from human fear. Fear of guns, of death, of intimacy, of being forgotten.
すべての悪魔は名前を持って生まれてくる。その名前が恐れられているものほど悪魔自身の力も増すという。コーヒーは怖いイメージは全くないから、コーヒーの悪魔がいたら弱いだろうね。でも車の悪魔がいたらどうだろう。タイヤにひかれて死ぬイメージがあるから強いかも。
But the story isn't about devils. It's about people who've forgotten what it means to be human.
俺も沢渡にいろいろされてな、心臓が刀の悪魔になっちまってるみてえだが、そんな俺でもな、うっかりゾンビを殺しちまった夜には眠れなくなるぜ。お前に限っては心がもう人じゃねえんだよ。
Denji doesn't dream of saving the world. He dreams of breakfast. That's not irony. That's honesty. On paper, Chainsaw Man looks like a typical shonen. A lonely boy gets powers, joins a squad, fights monsters. But the closer you look, the more it feels like a story about depression disguised as an action show. Aki fights because grief has hollowed him out. Power hides her fear of loneliness behind manic laughter. And Himeno drinks herself numb just to keep breathing.
悪魔から取り戻してくれたら胸を揉ませてやると言ったらどうする？
悪魔がよ、猫をよさらうなんてよ、んなことは許せねえよな。デビルハンターとして許せね
え。They're not heroes, they're survivors. And that makes this show more honest than any story about friendship or willpower. MAPPA didn't just animate Chainsaw Man, they shot it. Director Ryu Nakayama treated every episode like a short film. You can feel it in the handheld camera during the zombie fights, in the focus pulls when Aki brews his morning coffee, in the distorted wide shots that make rooms feel claustrophobic. These are live-action tools, repurposed for animation. Chainsaw Man feels less like a cartoon, and more like an independent film that happens to be drawn. Even the opening is a manifesto, packed with references to Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Big Lebowski. Every homage isn't just for fun, it's Fujimoto's way of saying, anime can be cinema too. Notice how the camera drifts behind Denji as he charges into the fight. It's not animation, it's choreography. Notice the camera shake, mimicking handheld realism as if the viewer were inside the chaos. MAPPA isn't showing us violence, they're documenting it. Chainsaw Man lives on contrast. One moment, blood, fire, and screaming. The next, quiet domesticity.
みんなで酒飲みに行こう。終わったからちょっと眠いわ。
Look at the final dinner scene. 3 friends together, laughing and talking. No battles, no chaos, just people sharing a moment. But that's the emotional peak of the series. It's not about fighting demons. It's about finding warmth in a world built on fear. Fujimoto calls Chainsaw Man a story about a generation without ideals. But maybe it's really about a generation that's tired of pretending. The devils are us, our hunger, our loneliness, our panic made flesh. Gun devil, eternity devil, darkness devil, each one born from collective human dread. And now, the story continues. MAPPA's upcoming Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze arc, isn't just a sequel, it's an evolution. Reze enters like a dream, kind, gentle, impossibly human. But every smile hides a bomb. Literally. Her relationship with Denji feels tender at first. A rare moment of innocence. Rain, streetlights, the sound of running water, and then destruction. If the series was about survival, Reze arc is about vulnerability. What happens when someone finally offers love to a boy who's only known hunger and fear, its romance as tragedy, beauty as violence, and it may be the most Fujimoto thing ever put on screen. Because violence can be funny, absurdity can be tragic, and love, even the broken, bloody kind, can still save you. Maybe only for a night, but sometimes a night is enough. Chainsaw Man doesn't burden its heroes with complex moral dilemmas about duty or justice, yet it manages to explore social anxiety, loneliness, and the changing shape of what we call family. It's not just stylish or eccentric, it's a mirror of its time. A story that stretches the boundaries of shonen, balancing between the cute and the grotesque, the funny and the tragic, the sincere and the absurd. Denji is far from perfect, but he's honest, and his story, no matter how violent, is deeply human. If you've ever avoided shonen anime or thought they were all the same, maybe Chainsaw Man is the one worth starting with.